All right, it is 7 PM on May 12th, 2020, and we are going to open the regular board meeting. Take roll call, well, before I start, just because of the COVID-19 and the governor's executive order, we are allowed to have people attend remotely due to the COVID, and we do not have to have a physical quorum present, although tonight we do again, so we will open the meeting and then make a motion for, the remote people to attend. So if we would do roll call, please.
Yep. I have trustee Chris Sample,
Here.
trustee John Talbot,
Here.
William Lessinger is absent, Dina Simpson is absent, Jen Christensen,
Here.
Jared Dow,
Here.
Joseph Ritter,
Here.
Commissioner Brenda Omenauer,
Here.
she's participating telephonically, Auditor Sandy Monson here, Attorney Mark Heinley,
Yes.
also participating telephonically, Engineer Matt Hanson, participating via Zoom, Public Works Supervisor Brett Purdy.
Here.
Okay, so before the Pledge of Allegiance, we will take a motion to allow William and Brenda to attend remotely.
I will make a motion to allow William and Dina to attend remotely.
Did I say Brenda?
Second.
Yes.
Oh,
Second.
sorry, Dina. Jen makes a motion to allow William and Dina to attend remotely. John seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Roll call?
Sure. You just did an all in favor. Oh, for them. Dina,
Here.
William,
I'm here.
and the timer.
It is 7:04. At this time, we're gonna rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
And that means you guys too.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We did a little faster tonight. All right, so the folks that are, attending remotely, if you could mute your phones unless you're speaking, it'll help everybody else be able to hear. And we will move on the agenda. Let me get past there, since we're past that. On to the consent agenda items.
You got it?
She's gotta read the items
No.
first.
Tonight on the consent agenda is item number 1, the April 14th, 2020 regular board meeting minutes. Number 2, out of order, is the bill payable warrant list dated May 12th, 2020, and number 3, the April 7th, 2020 special board meeting minutes.
At this time, do any of the trustees wish to remove any of the items from the agenda for further consideration?
I do.
Which item would you like to remove, or items?
Pays bill.
Okay, we'll take the warrant list off and vote on it separately. Any other? We'll entertain a motion for the other two.
I will, like to, I move to place agenda items 1 and, was it 2?
It's
No,
3.
1 and 3,
I don't know how that worked out.
Yeah.
inclusively as consent agenda items. Further, I move that, both items be considered together as a consent agenda.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to include items 1 and 3 inclusively on the consent agenda. Chris seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call. We gotta do roll call.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
No.
this will not pass.
Oh, yes, for the number 2.
Yes.
1,
This
2.
is for 1 and
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Yeah, you took number 2 off.
Oh, okay, yes.
They're just out of order on the
Yes.
agenda.
So Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Sure.
William.
Yes.
Nice.
Motion passes 7:06.
I move to adopt items 1 and 3 inclusively on the consent agenda in a single group pursuant to the omnibus vote procedure specified in the Illinois Municipal Code.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to include items 1 and 3 inclusively on the consent agenda. John seconds. Is there any discussion? Should've done that first time. Not hearing any roll call?
Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen?
Yes.
Motion passes 707. We need a motion and a second, then we can get into discussion on the bills payable warrant list.
All right, I make a motion to approve the bills payable / warrant lists dated May 12th, 2020.
Second.
So Chris makes a motion to approve the bills payable warrant list, May 12th, 2020. John seconds. Discussion?
Yeah, I see we're still dealing with Harvest Glen and First Davis Junction as a lawyer bill. When is that gonna be done?
Is a what?
Harvest Glen, First Davis Junction.
Attorney's fees, they're still pending litigation on that. They would like to give us an update, but we are attempting to not do closed session until we get back into everybody in the same room again.
So
Okay.
we are, right now, we're still in the hashing out the fees.
Yes.
And
And what's
what,
this-
how much of our fees we're gonna get back.
What's this COVID-19 for $3,200?
So they have to keep, Brenda, correct me if I'm wrong, but Brenda and I both received an email on that. They're trying to keep our expenses separate so that if we apply for reimbursement of any expenses that we received due to COVID, that we can receive that back. So that's why they've kept it separate. That did include things like the preparation of our policies and things like that that helped us.
Correct.
And I-
Yeah,
and
that's
I
correct.
believe didn't we talk about
So
something?
reimbursement's a whole lot easier to figure out that way.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so it's
Yes.
stuff that would normally be under the general portion, but they've made a separate line item for it so that if we seek reimbursement at any point in time, it's separated already for us.
Yeah, 'cause I know we're over our budget for 200,000 already.
This is a new fiscal year.
Are we already in a new fiscal?
Yes, May
Yes.
1st.
Yes, we are. This is a new fiscal year.
Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, 'cause we're gonna have to watch our money pretty closely because the dump is not taking a lot of stuff in from the city anymore.
How'd the last, payment look, Brenda?
It was normal for this last quarter. It was normal for the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
So it was not, it was in line with what it's been for the last few years.
If we could get people to stop suing us at times, then we could probably avoid some of this.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at it for the month ended April, which is the end of the fiscal
Mhm.
year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the warrant list is on this the new fiscal year.
Yeah, I'm
No,
just.
he's looking at the treasurer's report.
Yes, I'm looking at the budget at a glance, and it looks like that what we, expected, budgeted for income from, the garbage fund is considerably higher than, we budgeted is considerably lower than what we actually took in.
We usually do that. We usually
Mhm.
try to,
All right, I'm
we
just
usually
saying,
try to
so-
budget low and,
but clearly
and
it's not.
expense high, and then
It's not
balance.
losing, we haven't, I shouldn't say losing, that's a bad word. It's pretty much where you expected it.
It's like Brenda said, it's normal, but she tries to, go ahead, Brenda.
No, the garbage fund, the actual is more than we budgeted by $541,000.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at,
Yeah,
which,
yes.
Well, he's asking, did it come in where we expected it to? Did it come in, I mean, we typically budget our incomes lower and our expenses higher.
Correct.
So did the garbage fund come in to where we expected it to? Not
We,
necessarily what
there
we
was,
budgeted
there was,
for.
there were 2 quarters that were bigger than I expected.
So we're ahead.
that's what I'm asking. Thank you, appreciate
Yeah.
it.
It's
Yep.
more than we expected, bottom line.
Yes, there are 2 quarters were more than we expected when we did the budget last year.
And I believe for this fiscal year, we've budgeted the same way. So that we can, if there is a slowdown at the dump, we try to balance our budget based on lower income expectations and higher expense expectations, and that way we can.
Correct.
I thought when we talked about it
Hopefully.
though, we actually thought it would, that what we were going to take in was gonna be down, and I thought it was going to be closer to the
And-
3.25
yeah,
million.
and it was, right.
So,
Those 2 quarters, those 2 quarters boosted that up.
all right.
They keep warning us that it's gonna go down, but, yeah, that's why we keep planning for it.
It may
but
very well. You
It doesn't
don't know.
necessarily,
Okay.
it hasn't necessarily happened yet.
Always
But
better.
we're gonna keep planning for it.
All right.
So,
Anything further, Jared?
yeah,
Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I thought the litigation one was with, oh, no, never mind, okay, he said Harvest Glen, right?
Yes.
But it's not really Harvest Glen, right?
It's formal name is Harvest Glen
LLC.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
But that's, all right,
Yeah, that is
The,
who you're.
the court,
Alright.
the court case is settled, we're just trying to get to the end of the
yeah.
The money.
money.
So once this COVID-19, or this, coronavirus is over, the COVID-19 will be off the lawyer bill?
If there are no additional fees on there in that category, you won't see that category of a lawyer bill. So, to answer your question, yes.
But if they do, but if,
What do we budget the lawyer this year?
We have not finalized our budget for this year. Actually, the supervisors met the other day and had a discussion about reducing revenue
Have all this
from
discussion
areas
under vote
so that we
minutes.
can take another look again before we present it.
It is, we did spend a lot for the year for
Yeah, we
attorney.
went over $200,000.
Yeah, that's what they budgeted, was
We always go over.
234,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. It's a lot.
it is a lot.
I'm in the wrong profession.
I've only gone to school to be a mark. Is there any further discussion on the bills payable warrant list?
Nope.
Roll call, please.
John,
Yes.
Tina,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Jerry.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-13. We will move on to the officers' reports. Tonight, I really don't have anything. We are still maintaining Village Hall the same way through the rest of May. As we get closer to June, we will see how things are gonna play out. I think Jen's got still from leftover from last week, talk about fireworks, what we were planning with that, so that'll be good to hear again. So we'll move on to the clerk.
I'll just follow up on that. We did order a piece of glass, a new piece of glass for the front window that will have a hole at the bottom so the glass doesn't have to be open. My goal is to be prepared to be open in the hope that we can open. So the goal is that we'll have Village Hall clean and ready to go for the public again as soon as,
And that glass should have been safety glass in the first place,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
shard
Well,
glass.
there's only facing the one side that is towards where people sit, so we'll deal with the rest of it later, but for now, we are taking measures to do things like that, make sure we're ready to go for the public.
Brenda?
Okay, I have the treasurer's report with the fiscal year end, on April 20th year end. Also, I wanted to let everybody know that the check for the Rebuild Illinois will be deposited in our account tomorrow. So that did come through this week, and that's all I have.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
We'll move on to the village attorney. Mark, do you have anything?
I don't have anything this evening.
Trying to find Matt. Matt, wait a moment, I'm trying to find your, why can I not find it now? Oh, there it is. Silly me. Look at Matt up there, full screen. Don't look up, Matt.
Yeah.
Can I hear you now? Rick. That's what mine just did.
Hopefully gonna be in the next month or so, closing out some of these projects. Most of them are all street projects, but the, phase one, we just gotta check that feeding along the concrete gutter, that's good. We can get that closed out. The phase two project, they had a final walkthrough on the 8th, and along with a couple other projects from last year, which I'll go down through. In talking to Corey, it sounds like there were nothing really major as far as punch list items, so hopefully we're gonna be able to get the contractors back and kind of finish up those punch list items for phase two and the other projects. Nothing with the Route 72 sidewalks. They took bids on the Pacific Avenue culvert, which, the majority of that under Chris's, but took bids on the 6th, and the low bid was, Kelsey Excavating, at $53,778. Corey indicated that the North Junction, seal coat, project, the design's complete, and it's basically over to IDOT for, review and approval, so you must be using MFT funds for that project. The Ogle Crossing Pond repairs, low bid there was Fenstrom Excavating and Blacktop Group for $29,000. $8,829. Bid opening was on the 6th. Microsurfacing, nothing. Park pond modifications, nothing. The water main project, the maintenance building, had a walkthrough there. I think that was one where remember what Corey told me, the seating didn't take very well on it, so I think the contractor's gonna be back kind of reseating that project. The water tower painting, I'll probably cover more of it, under Dina's, item, but the bid opening was on the 5th. We did get 6 bids, and, like I said, I'll discuss that more under Dina. And then, Village Hall assessment, Alan's been in contact with, Sandy, and we're going to do an on-site inspection of Village Hall on the 20th. And then we're going to, after that, start with the personnel interviews, either by Zoom or in person, depending on, when they lift the stay-at-home order, so. Any questions on any of the projects, or?
Do we have any questions for Matt?
No, I do not.
No?
No.
Tiger, were we done anything with Kelsey?
Have we?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Have we
Yeah,
done
we
it?
We did it with Kelsey.
Yeah, we did last.
we have,
Several projects with Kelsey. Park Street was one of them.
okay.
He's done a handful of projects for us.
Matt, just so you can hear as well, Jared had asked if we had done projects with Kelsey before, and, Fergie confirmed that we have.
Yep, and we work with, Chelsea on other projects in other communities. That's gonna work, just gotta stay with them and everything, so.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the report of the committees. We'll move to community development and events.
I suppose I gotta make the motion if I ask first for discussion. I will make the motion to approve resolution number 20-33, a resolution rescinding resolution number 20-13 that authorized entry into an agreement for services related to movie in the park events scheduled for summer 2020.
Second.
Jen makes a
I'll
motion.
second that.
Jen makes a motion to approve resolution number 20-33. John seconds.
No.
Oh,
John.
I thought John did.
I did second before,
Okay.
Oh,
correct.
I thought I heard that.
we got quite a few of them.
Is there any discussion?
Did they ever get back to us?
Yeah, that's the next
Finally.
one.
That's
Finally,
next one.
Sandy got a hold of him.
Yeah, that's the next resolution. First, we gotta get rid of the old one out of the way.
Alright.
All right, not hearing any discussion. Roll call, please.
Dina,
Yes?
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Motion passes 7:20.
Okay, I will make a motion for possible approval of resolution number 20-34, resolution approving and authorizing execution of agreement with Sunset Cinemas of Princeton LLC.
Second.
Jen makes a motion to approve resolution number 20-34. John seconds. Is there any discussion?
What movie did we end up?
Because we couldn't get a hold of them.
The question was that what movie have we picked, and the answer was,
We don't know.
There isn't one yet
Okay.
because we couldn't get a hold of them.
Thank you.
any further discussion?
But now I will.
Roll call, please.
Now you can.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
William?
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina.
Yes.
Motion passes 7:21. Anything further, Jen?
No, that is all.
Okay. Move on to finance.
I have nothing.
All right. Ordinance enforcement?
Okay, last week, I wasn't able to call in, but anyways, I had a call from Rolling Meadows, a lady called about a condemned trailer that no one's living in, about the smell of the mold and how it's looking, and so we need to have our building inspector go through there.
Is that the same one we've been fighting for years?
No, that one's on John Quill, but that one's, nothing's been done really to that one, so we need to have the building inspector to go back in there and take some most of these homes and get this cleaned up, because Hawk Homes hasn't done anything.
Do we have a list of which homes are in problems right now? I can reach out to Ken.
Well, we should have the building inspector go in there and make another list, our new building inspector. And then he can pinpoint everything, and then,
Well, which one is the one that they're saying has mold? Smells.
I could smell it. That was, I think it was 165, Dayflower.
Looking it up.
I sent Sandy pictures, but I'm,
165 days left.
yeah, 165
All right.
Dayflower.
I'll reach out to Ken about, at least start with that one.
Because I know there's 2 doors and each door is supposed to have a porch to it. One side don't, the other side does, and the porch is kinda ratty, so.
But you can smell the mold from
Oh, I
outside.
can smell it. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Again, that's,
The lady next door is on oxygen, and she can't have her windows open, and she said there's animals crawling underneath of it, and out of it, and she's got grandkids, so, I mean, nothing's really happened over there from what I understand.
Well, I know I had talked with a resident and, was asking her because I know when I was out there, the burn trailer was still there.
Yep.
But they have come through and they have taken that one out. Because I wanted addresses so we could, but they have some stuff, 'cause she said they were going through and making notes of who needed to clean up what. And she told them that they better not come say anything about her property until they clean up some of the other ones.
Because I know the house next to 165 on Dayflower, not the lady that called me, but it's got a tarp on the roof,
There's a couple of them.
and it's getting bad, it looks bad for us, and they just need to start cleaning up everything, so if we could have our building inspector go through, do a drive-through, make notes, and give us a list, and go from there.
it probably wouldn't hurt as long as you just drive through, just don't engage them, that way I can make the communication to Ken, 'cause that's on our last battle we had, was that's how we're gonna do our communication.
How about I double check what our settlement agreement was, and then Rick and I'll start, I'll talk to Rick about it, and Rick can start from wherever it is, 'cause it was pretty clear how we needed to start, and I can't remember
I
exactly
thought it was
what
that we couldn't be in there, but he was gonna clean it up, but I mean, if I have a
No,
call
it
to
was
come
only
in there,
our
I
ways
should.
of communication.
Yeah, but the agreement discussed the ways of communication.
Right.
And so if we
That's
have
how
an
we have,
issue,
how we have to communicate
Yeah.
that to Ken.
No.
yeah. So let me double check that, and then I'll share it with Rick and.
I believe it's literally as simple as me sending him a message
I
or
think it is
calling
too.
him,
I
so.
think it is too, but let me double check it.
But that avoids any kind of miscommunication between us and employees, us and other relatives.
Hmm.
It just gets,
Oh. Hold on.
Matt Despear?
Nope.
No, Cory.
Oh.
I think we've got Cory now, except for Cory has no microphone. Let me message
But
him.
that's all I have, if you could, you know,
Okay.
get something done with that, be nice.
All right, move on to parks.
Did Nathan send
All right, hold on. Cory, are you in?
There he is.
All right,
Yes, I am.
perfect. Okay, that's all I needed.
Do you want a time, 7:25?
Sure, thank you.
So what was that, John?
Unless Nate left some stuff with anybody, I have nothing this evening.
All right, we'll move on to streets and ditches.
I got a question on, the Meridian Youth, baseball and T-ball, what's going on with that? We done with it?
The decision was oh, you weren't here last week. The decision,
All done.
we can't say it was made. It was confirmed that we will be canceling it. We had made an announcement on our, social media page and on our website, and that and Nate emailed all of the participants. And we will, me, Brenda, and Nate will work diligently to try to get checks back, but it will take, it's a fee. There's like 230 checks that need to go back out, so.
Alright. That's it.
All right. Back to you, Chris.
Great, where I always like it to be.
And I think this is why Cory joined us.
So then I guess I'll just start by making a motion to award the Ogle Crossings Detention Pond Repair Project to Stenstrom Excavating and Blacktop as lowest responsive bidder in the amount of $29,829.
Say
Second.
the number again.
$29,829.
Okay. Jared second, so we have, Chris made a motion to approve the Old Crossing Detention Pond repair
Yep.
to Stenstrom Excavating in the amount of $29,829. Jared seconds. Is there any discussion? Corey, do you have anything regarding that?
Nope, I have nothing to add.
Okay. Then roll call, please.
William,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Passes 728.
Do you want Corey to talk about that before you make the odd motion?
Yeah, sure, why not? As
Corey?
long as he's here.
Yeah, Corey, you wanna talk about the bidding irregularity?
Oh, yeah, this happens quite a bit. There was just one, extension where they multiplied the number wrong, and they ended up adding up the total cost wrong, so it modified their bid by $26. It happens a lot, but it didn't affect any standings in the bidding, so, we recommend you weigh the irregularities when that happens.
Got it. In that case, I'll make a motion to waive computational irregularities in Meyer Excavating bid and award Pacific Avenue Culvert Replacement Project to Kelsey Excavating as lowest responsive bidder in the amount of $53,778.
Second.
Chris makes the motion to waive the irregularities in the bidding process and award the bid for the Pacific Avenue Culvert Project to Kelsey Excavating
No, yes, I'm sorry, Kelsey.
in the amount of $53,778. And John seconds. Is there any discussion? I like the elevator music in the
I
background. It's
know.
like perfect for this. Roll call, please.
Jen,
Yes.
Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William.
Yes.
Passes 729.
Could be.
It is, it's like, you know, waiting for discussion, you have elevator music playing in
The
the back.
Jeopardy theme.
Right. Do we have anything else to talk about tonight? Alright.
All right. Move on to utilities.
Is that all we needed Corey for?
I don't know,
Matt?
did we need Corey for that?
I don't think so. Well, the tower design change, it's just the design we're talking about.
And that's Matt. Corey, Corey, I don't know that there's any need if you don't wanna stay on,
Just ask him if he has anything to add.
Okay,
unless you have anything to add.
I did not.
Well, that was quick and easy then for Corey.
Bye, Corey. If you leave.
All right, what time is it?
7:30.
Thank you. All right, Corey left.
Okay, now the music's just cracking me up tonight.
Who are we waiting on?
The elevator,
Dina?
10th floor.
Okay, y'all set?
Yep.
Okay, so, basically, I just have a couple things on there. On the first thing, and I think we, talked about this a few weeks back, I think Brett kind of explained, when we talked about not having wastewater, haulers out there any longer, because of the grit that they put into our system. So he had looked into, or he wants to look into, and we need to look into, Frank's will actually come and, vacuum out the grit and so forth. And so we'd like to get going on that. So I'd like to make a motion to, get the approval for Frank's Sewer and Drain to vacuum out the grit in the wastewater treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $5,000.
Second.
Dina makes a motion to award the, let's see what it is
The
here.
vacuum.
Award the vacuuming of the grit out of the wastewater treatment plant to Frank's Sewer and Drain in an amount not to exceed $5,000. Who seconded that?
Me.
Jen seconded. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Jared,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
William,
Yes.
Jen.
Yes.
7:32. All right, is there pictures?
Yeah.
Oop, that was a
And
mistake.
So, like, I think, and I feel kind of funny even saying this, but we had talked about this quite a bit, and the one, I think, on the first, sheet, bottom right-hand corner, is the one at what point in time we thought the design was what we wanted to do for the project when we put in for bid, like, so, because we had to have, like, a design for them to bid out, basically, in the process, but now I think we're to the point where, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, anyone, but now we actually need to decide what the design's going to be.
Yes.
So I mean, like, okay, so like, I don't know if that is like, if that one on that first sheet, the bottom right-hand corner, is what everybody wants, or did other people have different thoughts after looking at it that, oh, you know what, I'd rather have that? Do people have different thoughts about what they want, is what we need to know.
Can I, as a non-board member, give my opinion?
As a resident?
As a resident?
We're all
Well, I'm-
residents.
No.
I'm still an employee. I was asking Rick.
Go ahead, which one do you like?
I don't like any of them. I think that we should do what is currently on the tower, just remove the coal train, or the coal car.
She's killing it.
I actually like the where they just, the basic, the far left one,
This one?
like that, but like the one we're talking about on the top, just the red lines, the bottom left.
You like this?
So,
I just-
Jen,
I
are you
like-
talking the first sheet, bottom left?
Yeah, I just like the red line
do
up on
too.
the top and the bottom.
I do too.
Just as a
Sounds
statement.
like you
Just
made a
to
motion.
clarify, these are red, not orange.
Right.
You're right.
Because they show up as orange.
They do look going.
I actually like the font. I know this sounds crazy, but
Mhm.
like, I actually like the font on the bottom left-hand corner better.
Right.
And I like the two stripes of red. I
Yeah.
just think it
Um,
stands out. I don't know why.
Out of this page, are there any more people that like anything on this page?
I would like to update my statement to say, I think maybe that's what I like about what we currently have, is that there's color up there, and I'm afraid to go to no color.
Right.
And so the two red lines does give it color again.
Right, that's what I like.
Page
It's
two?
just a statement.
Any takers on a page 2 design?
Lower left-hand corner, anybody?
Yep, it's,
Yeah, but
I don't like any of those because I think the trains are too small.
I just like the red line.
Well,
I
then
just
let's
think
put a
that's,
train
I do too.
boost on there instead of a coal car.
I just say dump the train, go David.
And there's the coal cart nobody seems to want.
I don't like
The
the
only
No.
place that the village has a
No.
coal car is on the water tower, and I think maybe one of our trucks, but nowhere else do we use the coal car.
Page 4,
It's 'cause we need a caboose instead of a coal car.
They don't have cabooses on trains anymore.
you reverse them and you put the no. Page 4, anybody?
Not for me.
All right. So we go back to page 1, because it seems the only one that had more support. And we're down to lower left or lower right?
Hold on. Dina, do
Give
you,
us the font from the lower right with the red stripes with the lower left.
Say that again, William?
Take out the
Give us
boldface
the
font.
font and train from the bottom right on page 1, but give us the top and bottom
Right.
red stripe that's from the lower left.
I'm gonna repeat this, 'cause it's always hard to hear William on the phone. For Matt, they're talking, the lower right, use the font in the train, but add the red stripes that are on the lower left.
I think that'd be fine. I could do that. As long as those stripes are there, I like the stripes, yeah.
I like the stripes.
Yeah.
You're gonna squash the size of
I
that.
like the bold. I like everything about the right 'cause it's bold letters.
Well, the only difference what William's saying is add these 2 stripes
Yeah.
Keep it
to here.
The font.
Keep the
Yeah.
font.
You want the two stripes from the bottom left, but you want everything for the font and the train on the bottom right.
Yes.
Is that correct, William?
Okay.
That's just my suggestion. I like them both. I'm good with either one.
So how much support is
I
there
need
for
to-
William's design?
I am fine with that idea. As long as I get the two stripes, I like it.
I like the red stripes adding the red stripes to that.
John?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the thinner font with the red stripes, yes.
This one? With the stripes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no change.
Chris?
in the font.
Aye, you can put whatever you want up there.
Jared?
Electric train.
I just want a caboose.
I mean, personally, I could live with just the word.
The water
All
tower.
right. It sounds like we have a consensus.
Can somebody make a motion to that consensus so that I have an
I would like to
Understand.
make a motion to use that bottom right
On page one,
on page 1, tower design, but add the red stripe on the one on the top and the stripe on the bottom,
Yes.
as shown in the.
as
lower-
shown in the picture.
on
On the bottom.
Lower left.
corner, page one?
Picture,
Second.
page
All
1.
right, so Jen makes a motion to approve the design on page one, lower right picture, but add the stripes that are shown on page one in the lower left picture.
John's-
I'll second that.
John seconded already?
I beat it.
I'll put Dean on it.
All right. John seconded. Is there any discussion on it, other than caboose? All right, roll call?
Dina,
Yes.
Chris,
Present,
why do you do that to me?
why not?
Because he doesn't care.
William?
That's right, that's exactly why.
Yes.
Jen,
Yes,
Jared,
Yeah.
John.
See,
Just for Cookie.
Matt, did you understand all of that?
Yes, I did. I think what I'll do is, just to make sure, 'cause I can't see the screen that Rick was pointing at, I will get what you want revised on a single sheet, and I will send it back to you. If it looks like we have it correct, then we can proceed to give it to the contractor once it
Yeah.
gets awarded.
I did copy you on the board packet, so if you do go to the board packet and look up the first page of the designs, they want the lower right, but the stripes from the lower left.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, you see him up there and you think.
Yeah, if you have any questions though, just call me or Dina.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so that passed probably at 7:38.
give or take.
It was a minute ago. Anything further, Dina?
Unless Brett has anything, I don't have anything further.
Matt, do you have anything further on utilities?
Just to let you know, your next meeting will have the award recommendation for the tower. We did get 6 bids. We checked out the contractor, 'cause we haven't worked with this one before. All the references checked out real well, so that's really not an issue. And I think we've got the issue with the, Illinois Preference Act, requirement determined and stuff. It doesn't actually apply to this project just because we're not using any state funds, only local funds are being used. So I think we should be good to go for the next meeting. The only decision is gonna be to decide between the base bid and the alternate bid. Just so everybody knows real quick, I know Doug's recommendation in front of you, but we took bids on a base bid and an alternate bid for this project. The only difference is, we basically followed Dixon Engineering, recommendation, except for when we went through and took a look at the shop drawings on the existing paint system, we had put a clear coat on the exterior of the tank to kind of, hold the color of the tank, and it really will make the paint system last a little bit longer. The only problem with that, in talking to Tnemec, the paint manufacturer, we can't rough that surface up and put 2 coats of paint over the top of it, which is what Dixon was recommending. So basically our options are the base bid, which is the lower of the two, is basically go in there, and this would eliminate all this selection process, would be go in there and just basically patch the areas that are poor at this point, and put a new coat of paint on those areas that are rusted. Basically leave the tank on the exterior the same except for that, and then do all the rest of the work, repaint the sandblast and repaint the interior. The other option is to basically remove all the paint on the exterior, blast the bare metal, and then have a new paint coating system on the exterior, which is probably what we're gonna recommend.
Oh, Matt,
Is, yes,
okay, no, keep
Yep.
We lost your volume there for a second.
okay. We're probably gonna recommend doing the alternate bid. For 2 reasons. One, basically you're not gonna have to, go back and, because the existing paint system might last you another 5 or 10 years. And when you do, you're gonna have to take the tank down again, paint the exterior, and then your interior and exterior paint systems are gonna get on odd times, you know, and stuff. When you take the tower down, you like to do the painting on the exterior and interior at the same time, so you're not taking the tank down multiple times. So, with that, we'll probably, and then if we do wait, you know, it's gonna cost more later to come back and basically do what we're planning on doing in the alternate bid anyway. The only problem is, based off of the budget that I gave Fergie, and I don't know what he actually put in your budget for this year. I gave him a budget of $341,000, for the work that we're gonna do on the tower. If we take the alternate bid right now, budget would be at about $450,000, so we're about $109,000 over what you may have put in the budget, so.
Well,
On
the
the
joys
estimate.
are the budget hasn't been finalized, so we're kind of waiting on that before we work on it.
Matt, how much improvement in the coatings have been made since 1998 when that thing was originally done?
Oh, a lot, actually, the primer that we use now, they don't even have, we put the clear coat on there because they didn't have what Tnemec calls this hydroflon, paint. It's a polyurethane paint it's the final coat, and it really, it's their longest longevity paint, plus it holds the color and the shine a lot better, which is what we're proposing to use now with the alternate bid.
Yeah, it's the same thing I experienced in the industrial world, was the difference in paint in the last tank I did. The old paint was, we ended up taking it down to bare metal and repainting, because then you can use an epoxy and a urethane and really get a great bond onto the steel.
No, the paint system's come a long way, even in the last 20 years, so, you know, with the alternate bid, I would expect, you know, at least probably 25 years on the paint system when we paint it next.
We won't have to sandblast it again, we could just rough it up next time?
Chris asked if we would have to,
Alright, good enough.
We talked to Tnemec, and Tnemec said yes, but, they said, in theory, yes, but, this hydroflon paint that we're gonna be using on the exterior, it's so, I shouldn't say so new, it came out in the mid-2000s. The paint system, this hydroflon's got a 25-year life to it, so nobody's actually repainted yet with the hydroflon because it's just such a new product, and, you know, if anybody used it in 2005, they're gonna have to wait till 2030 to probably repaint.
And we all know municipalities put everything off, so it'll be 2040. That's the speed of government.
I was gonna say the newest solar tower that I remember being put up.
All right, anything further?
Not from me, just thank you, Matt.
Welcome.
All right, anybody have anything on economic development? We'll move on to public.
I did receive a message 2 weeks ago from a member of the public, not in a timely fashion, and so I, did not mention it. The public member asked that I share that, we should remind residents that ATV and off-road vehicles are not allowed within town. That seems to be a concern.
Well, there's apparently one road you can ride all you like on, and I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
The one behind you,
Yes, it's the one behind me, 'cause it's
there's a lot of them out there.
ATVs, golf carts, everything.
Yeah.
All right, not hearing any economic development, public. We're down to anything further from the board members?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Don makes a motion to adjourn, Jared seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign? We're adjourned at 7:46.